All right, dude, you just passed the PMP. How do you feel?
I feel great. I feel like so I failed it 2 times before, and passing it that third time, and not only passing it, getting 3 above targets
Yeah,
was such a relief, such a weight off my back, and such a feeling of accomplishment.
that's awesome, dude. All right, so let's just jump into it. Like, you
Yeah.
failed twice, you passed with 3 above targets, was just pretty darn good. It can't get any better. What's different, dude? Like, what was it? The prep? Was it the way you looked at stuff? What was different?
Yeah, I'd say both of those things. The prep was different. Um, just everything inside of PMS, the prep, the
Sure.
way the videos were a great help. The way I looked at it was improved. Um, Before, where I was looking at the book or books on my own, I was maybe seeing it one way, but having that community and being able to see things, and not just like the way that I initially see it, but in like different ways. Different ways that are shared by the other students or by the moderators on the call, like yourself or anyone on your team.
Yeah. That's awesome, dude. I mean, how long did it take you? Like this last time, once we got like going, like you started the program, how long did it take you rough?
I'd say like 2.5 to 3 weeks.
That's not bad. 2.5, 3 weeks. Like, that's pretty crazy. All right, sweet. And so you mentioned different things. You said videos, you said accountability calls, and hard question calls with me, and then the community. Which one of those did you like the most?
Uh, I'd say I like them all.
Okay.
But I think what brought the most value for me is the accountability.
Okay.
Um, just like I'm big on like being a man of my word, and
Yes.
having that accountability set up really just gave me that extra drive to work to the point where I'm like where I have no problem saying no to like other things that are happening in my life, and I really just buckled down and got on the process to finish the PMP.
That's awesome, man. And
Yeah,
so who was your coach?
it was Rob.
Rob. So you're in the evenings. That's awesome.
Yep.
And then like you said, man of your word, you actually like laid out like in the past, was it hard for you? Because a lot of people out there like, man, I've been studying and studying and studying. It's hard to pick a date. Did you have that problem in the past or what?
I think in the past, like the way I was going about it with the books, I I don't want to say like fell asleep, but that's the best word I can say with the
Yeah.
books, because the content's like it's hard to like
Mhm.
really get into it yourself, in my opinion. But having that accountability call and having people on the call to talk about the PMP with, for me, it really made things exciting for me and really made me excited to like get that PMP out the way. Not that I wasn't excited the past 2 times, but the past 2 times it just felt like work. But the third
Yeah.
time it felt like I don't know, like we were training and we were gonna go to like a championship, or that's
Okay.
the metaphor I got.
What made it feel like that? I mean, because it's like technically it's the same material and stuff, but like you felt like there was a different like feeling around it or whatever. Like how, why, what we got going?
I think the what made the feeling different was I could see myself getting better. I
Okay.
was taking practice tests like all the time, and
Mm-hmm.
I could see my score improving, and I started to see things differently, and there was less like anxiety around like tough questions too. Like I was able to like dissect them better and really
That's
improve my overall approach to questions in the PMP.
That's cool. And like
Yeah.
I know you're in the hard question calls with me and other people. Like, was it intimidating coming to those, or did it help? Like when you went to the bigger calls where we're just hammering through questions and analyzing them and ripping them apart and stuff, how did that influence like your prep?
I don't think it was intimidating.
Mhm.
I really enjoyed them. Everybody was very cool,
Yeah.
very easy to talk to. I felt like overall, like the environment was one where everyone wanted to hear something from everyone, because we were
Mhm.
it seemed like everyone valued each other's contributions, which was really great. If they didn't talk in the call, they would like use the chat, and you could see
Mhm.
people saying good job, or yeah, I really agree with that. And it was really great to see.
Yeah, that is the cool part about those, because we have like, a couple people on there, all those people are jumping in, but like no one ever talks over each other, which is crazy. But everyone's like they're eager to hear. And one of the things they tell me back a lot of times, and I think you said this, is like you hear somebody else's opinion, it might be right or wrong or whatever, but you get a different perspective. You're like, oh, I didn't think about it that way. And then you can like, what I'm trying to do is take you and put you like, hey, talk about what you think about their answer, so that everybody builds up together. So I'm glad it was effective for you, man. That's cool.
Thank you.
Going through it, you said you could feel yourself getting better in the questions and stuff. Do you have a different perspective about your job or how you're leading or running projects and stuff? Do you think you're better in a sense as a project manager as you've gone through this journey?
Absolutely. Yeah, I feel like I am better.
That's cool.
I think awesome. I think it helped me have a great deal of empathy more for like the leadership roles.
Oh,
not that I didn't appreciate them before, but I feel like my empathy towards them has improved, because I know what they're going through, like what they're trying to do, and I think that it's made me a better like employee and made me better at my job.
That's cool.
Yep.
That's cool. Do you think, just as like one of the biggest questions that I get is people say like, well, I should read a book and I should memorize everything. Everybody knows that, right? And I'm like, dude, no. But like your opinion, you've gone through twice, you aced it the third time. Like, should students memorize stuff?
No, I think that's an interesting question, because of course you need to like have and attain knowledge of the content, right. But I think there's a difference between understanding and then memorizing. Like when I think of memorizing, I'm thinking of flashcards and like numbers, and you're just saying this because you're saying this because you're told to. But understanding it is like you understand why things are being done this way, and understanding allows you to like work your way through a question, work your way backwards through a question, sideways, zigzag, everything. And I think that's what I was able to gain through PM Master Prep, is like the understanding of the PMP.
That's good, dude. Yeah, I agree 100%. Like, it's the understanding that really matters, because like you get to B, but you get there the wrong way. Like, you really haven't done anything. You're just like, you got one question right, but you're going to get all the rest of them wrong. But if you can get there, or at least logic yourself there, then you're like, dude, I can replicate that over and over and over and over. So that's awesome, man. What do you think some big mistakes that students might make as they start to prepare for the exam?
For me, actually, the first one was I was working with a book that didn't have the updated material of the PMP. So I was using last year's, and last year's had nothing on Agile. And I think that's what led to my demise on the first attempt. So I'd say like understanding like what's on the PMP exactly, understanding that is 50% Agile, 50% PMBOK.
Yeah. That's a big one. Yeah. Anything else? Any other big mistakes?
Probably another big mistake is I'm not sure, actually.
That's all right. You nailed down a pretty good one. Like, make sure you have the most updated material. Make sure you're studying the right stuff in the right way. So that's pretty good.
Right.
Did you ever have any like I was going to say emotional issues. I was going to say like some people get freaked out on the exam. Like third time, you got to take a break after that if you were to fail it. Were you nervous or anything like that?
No, I wasn't nervous at all during the third attempt. It just felt like I was just walking through the park, honestly, on a nice day.
That's cool.
Yeah, I'd say the first two were hard because during the first two attempts, I would run into questions where I really didn't understand it, and I was like scared of getting it wrong. And then I was scared of like spending too much time on it. I think those were tougher, but during the third time, like having like a lot of confidence to like dissect the questions made it much easier during the third attempt.
That's cool. I mean, we have a lot of people say, yeah, it feels easy, feel whatever, but like walking through a park or whatever you said, like that's not a bad place to be. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, that's awesome. All right, cool, man. Joe, it's really, really great like hearing your perspective and all those things. Like there's some people out there that are probably struggling. They're probably worried. They maybe failed once, or they're scared they're gonna fail, that classes are drudgery, studying's boring, all that stuff. What would be your advice for those people to get out of that rut and actually get to the point where like the exam is like walking through a park, easy peasy?
Yeah, I'd say what helped me was just being honest with the best way for me to like understand like high level information like this. I've realized that I do better in situations where I'm like learning visually or able to like bounce ideas off other people. And that's something that PM Master Prep does beautifully. Yep. And also the other thing too is not to try to memorize everything. There's only so much information that the books give. I'd say it might be I might be saying the same thing twice, but something like PM Master Prep is really great because you're able to talk to other people, do some Socratic reasoning where you're trying to make sure that the answer that you give can hold water in a sense.
Yeah.
So like if someone asks you questions, does your answer still stand? And it goes back to like understanding like how to see things differently or questions differently and have different perspectives on questions that you might not have had just going through it by yourself. That's what I would say.
Yeah, I think that's reasonable. I mean, that's dead on right, dude. I obviously agree. And so having that kind of perspective that you lay out and like stepping back and, being, you said like, looking at yourself, being honest, doing all these things, like kind of going through it and then living to your word. Like, hey, I want to be done. I'm going to do it. I'm going to stick to it. I'm going to sacrifice. I'm going to work and I'm going to find a place that can support me. So yeah, dude, I'm glad we could do it. So that's awesome, Joe. All right, dude. Well, I really, really appreciate it. That's great. This won't be the last time we talk, but you did amazingly. So thank you very much, man. I appreciate it. See you soon.
Thank you. Take care.
Right on.